Hello everyone, Super Miko here today, and happy anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back a day late. Yesterday was the 40th anniversary, and to celebrate, I'm uploading a video today reviewing the Cloud Car from 2002, or the Twin Pod Cloud Car, as you can see on that picture of the box that I had to bring up on my tablet because I was not given an instruction booklet or a box when I got this set, but I don't really care too much, but for the sake of the review, you can see what the box looks like right there. And you can see that's set 7119. But yeah, this vehicle was in The Empire Strikes Back, so I thought this would be an okay way to celebrate. I definitely wasn't planning on making this video the whole time, and it's just a coincidence or anything. So with that being said, let's get right into the review, starting as always with the figure. So the only figure included with this set was Lobot, which, doesn't really make a ton of sense, but they didn't have Cloud Car Pilot figures back then, so here he is. You can also see that his torso and legs are the old gray, because they didn't have the new gray back then either. He also has this old walkie-talkie piece here as an accessory. And he's a pretty standard figure. I mean, what do you really expect from 2002? But the back of his head with the, whatever you'd call that, is definitely the most impressive part, because in 2002, this was not common. They didn't print on the back of heads very often. His face isn't very detailed otherwise, but this is pretty cool and probably the main highlight of the set. So, yeah, that's Lobot. Pretty simple, but pretty cool figure. So the Cloud Car itself, I think, is a pretty good build for 2002 standards. The color scheme isn't perfect with the random gray and brown, and also the fact that Cloud Cars are orange, but even the new one in the Cloud City set was red, so they still haven't fixed that problem, but I think this is a pretty nice build, despite the brown and kind of awkward shaping in some areas. I think it looks pretty nice. It does use the old gray, of course, much like Lobot, except this is the old dark gray, and Lobot had the old light gray. The middle part opens here. There's no purpose to that. I tried fitting this walkie-talkie in there, because I thought maybe, it was a storage space, but it doesn't actually fit, so it's not a storage space. I don't really know what the point of it is. I just put the walkie-talkie in the pod that Lobot is not in, and I'll show you how these open up because it's the only feature of the set and it's pretty cool. Don't want that box to go away. So the top opens up like that, and then you can see the windshield there, which is kind of interesting how it goes over like the top here too, which I don't think it really does in the vehicle, but it still works. And then inside there's a control panel, and it's going to be the same on the other side too, and there's this chair, which actually looks pretty comfortable, with that back there. Looks like a nice seat. And you can just, sit the walkie-talkie right in there, assuming it doesn't fall over, but it does fall over. There we go. And there are a few visible holes in the build in the back here. You can see those, but that's really not a big deal. One thing that does kind of bother me is the gray here versus where it's brown there. I don't know why they had to do it like that. I guess they didn't have a ton of brown pieces back in 2002. But on this side, you can see that it does open up the same way, and then we can put Lobot in here, even though, like mentioned earlier, he doesn't actually drive these. Also, they do have a grill here, so it's easy to take him out. They were very considerate, even back then. And yeah, it's a little bit of a tight fit, but it works, and other than that, all you can do with this is really swoosh it around. But I think it's a really nice build. So overall, I think that the Cloud Car is a set that should be remade. I know we got one in the Cloud City, but that's pretty expensive. And also maybe they could actually give us one in orange. This is the only way to get one by itself, and I do think it is a pretty nice build, like I said. Though the colors aren't great. You could probably swap out the brown if you really wanted to, and the gray probably. But I don't care too much. I think it's nice, and if you can find it for like $13, I think is what I paid for this, that's a pretty good deal. And if you want the box or the instructions, you might have to pay a little more. But yeah, overall I think it's a pretty good set, so I hope you guys enjoyed this Throwback Friday. and I will see you guys in another video.